hear this, Jackie Brawls.
You're listening to the Red State Update podcast live from Hollywood, New York.
Now,
Just Dunlap and Jackie
No.
bringing you the tunes.
listen,
NBC.
if I told you upstairs, if you play that again, I'm going to knock the hell out of you. It goes for down here, too.
I found this xylophone on the side of the road.
Oh, hell.
And I said, do I want to stop and risk getting hit on this interstate, I-24, the interstate that runs through Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just so I can have a toy xylophone?
Oh, hell.
Yes,
No.
I do.
No, you don't. Just put the thing up. I couldn't work upstairs and clanging on that thing. Somebody come pick this up. If you lost your, what is it, xylophone on I-24, it's down Jackie's Market. Get over here, just pick it up, because I get it away from him. I'm about to jerk it from him.
Let me tell you something. If you show up here, Jackie, what you just did is open the door to a lot of xylophone owner wannabes.
What?
Who, listening to this, would not want their very own toy xylophone? So you just said there's a xylophone over here. Somebody lost it. Everybody's going to show up. I need to know I'm going to need your driver's license.
What?
There's something written on here in black Sharpie on the bottom.
I'm about to take
It's a
it.
child's name. And
If
I'm
you-
going to ask you what that child's name is.
Here, if it's your xylophone and you don't pick it up, I'm going to jerk it out of his hand and give it to the homeless man that digs for the plastic bottles out in the back. He got more use for it than you do.
He ain't got no use for no xylophone.
He'll take it somewhere and sell it for a sandwich or something.
And let me tell you something. That's classist or against the homeless racism or something, because you're just assuming that a old homeless man that digs through the garbage.
How is it racist?
he's
He's
gonna be-
white as can be. I mean, he's skin white. He ain't white because he got dirt all over him. He could be something else. But it ain't racist. Got nothing to do with it. I let him take as many plastic bottles as he wants to back there. He won't take the cans. I tell him take them cans too. He won't do it. But he's welcome to any old plastic bottles. I'm helping him out. And he's about to get a xylophone as well.
Oh, sure. All homeless people play the xylophone.
He'll sell it, like I said, and take it down to the pawn shop or something, get a sandwich for it, or whatever else.
This ain't Jamie Foxx, Robert Downey Jr. movie.
What?
Where the homeless person, I forget which one it was, or if even they were both in that film,
What are you...
is a prodigy genius on a xylophone. That is fantasy Hollywood. If you ask 99 out of 100 damn homeless people if they play the xylophone, answer is going to be, what are you talking? Give me,
right.
I need a...
He ain't got to ask for it. I'm just going to give it to him. Are you through? I'm telling you, if you keep playing it, it's going to wind up here.
Look, homeless person don't want a xylophone.
You don't know what homeless person want outside of plastic bottles. You don't know what he wants. Probably a clean bed to sleep in.
Yes,
A sandwich to eat.
a helping hand.
And maybe a cold beer to wash it down. Something, you know.
Sure, that's what he wants, cold hard cash.
Well, he can take that thing that you making a racket on and take it down to the pawn shop or wherever. It ain't much further than where he got to take them plastic bottles.
The pawn shop is located next to the plastic bottle place. This is a song about directions.
All right. Just shut it down. I'm going to jerk it out of your hand if you keep it up.
Directions
Get
for
it.
homeless.
Get that thing. I ain't going to listen to it for next hour and a half. You sit down here and play it by yourself. See how many people won't listen to that. Nobody want to hear that.
It'll be a Velvet Underground sort of thing.
Well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I mean, nobody will want to hear it at the time, and then later everybody will claim to like it.
How's this sound? I ain't even seen one of these since I was in school. Well, D, G, F, the two F, no, E, F, G, A, B, C is backwards. Hang on. No, it's C, A, B, C.
Nope.
I remember when the choir had one of these. And, back when I was singing choir at church years ago. I was in
Wait, with the xylophone in your church choir?
That's how you tune up or something like this. He'd hit, everybody do an A, and he'd hit A like this, and everybody, whatever note it was.
Also, why would they let you sing in a church choir?
I was young back then. I can sing fine. I sang better than you ever will.
Was this a choir designed to make people not want to go to church and sit through something unendurable?
Right, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this all day.
I remember this from when I took piano lessons.
What?
The beginning of Davy Crockett is FFGAGF.
Beginning of what?
Davy Crockett.
No, it ain't.
Born on a mountaintop.
It's what?
FFGAGF.
Here, play it. I want to hear it right now. And then after you finish playing it, you set it down.
Let me get this straight. After I finish playing...
Look, I want you to prove to me you hit them letters on here, and if it don't sound like Davy Crockett, I'm going to knock you upside the head for lying to me. Now play Davy Crockett, and that's it. Nothing else. Born on a mountaintop. I won't hear you like you know anything about music.
FFGAGF.
Well, do it. I mean, damn.
Yep.
Let me hear that again. That's it right there. I didn't know. Did you take that in school?
That was when Mama was trying to get me cultured, and I took piano lessons for about 3 weeks till they caught me stealing her earrings.
All right. I don't want to. All right. That's it. That's good.
Born on a mountaintop.
I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I was. You didn't know how to play Davy Crockett. If it was some other song that I didn't know, I wouldn't give a darn one way or other. I heard that many times in my life. I want you to prove it.
Antenna.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee. Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee. Just.
No.
Here, give it here. Give it here. That's enough. Give it here. Today's sponsor is a fine sponsor. You give me $25.
Hold on, I'm getting my microphone set back up again.
Just set it up. Get it set.
If you wouldn't keep knocking that out.
If you would quit, I told you, play it once for me, prove you knew how to do it, and you did. I said I'll give credit where it's credit's due, and then you just kept going on. Just wait till afterwards, and don't ever bring this in my store again, unless, of course, you learn the whole Davy Crockett song.
So wait, so if I learned to play the entire Davy Crockett theme song on even the racist part about Indians?
What? Racist part? What do you...
In 1813, the Creeks uprose, adding our skin eras to the settlers' woes. Now, Injun fighting is something he knows, so something.
Back then, you had to fight Indians. It wouldn't have nothing to do with race. Back then, unless you want arrows through the middle of your head, that's what you had to do. That's what Davy Crockett did, lived out there in the woods. Wasn't nothing to do with racist.
Well, you couldn't do that today if my Davy Crockett spec script has excised the part about the Indians, and it's just him fighting raccoons.
Your Davy Crockett what?
Spec script, Jackie. I'm writing a big budget Hollywood movie. You know how every damn movie studio now is trying to do like an Avengers thing, like Marvel's the Avengers, like they do a Captain America movie and then Thor, and then they get together and they friends.
I don't know anything about any of that, man.
And now Universal's trying to do a monster Avengers. Started with Dracula, then they're gonna have Frankenstein, and the damn Mummy is coming in there. The Mummy.
I remember the monsters back then. They always did that, fighting each other. Dracula fought Mummy.
Get together, be friends, and fight.
Oh, hell. Monsters ain't gonna be friends. Who wants to watch that? No. Yes, a monster get together and fight. They don't like nobody. Why they gonna like each other?
Well, they probably have to band together despite their differences to face down an even greater evil.
Oh, hell.
Superman gonna get together with Batman.
You told me and I seen that. I ain't gonna see any fun. You took me to see Irons Man, the first one. It had some funny parts in it, but I don't care about all that rocket ship explodes, it don't do nothing for me. I ain't seen a good cartoon funny book movie since, 1980s somethings. And since Richard Pryor died, I ain't got no reason to see any of the new ones.
Well, my superhero movies are going to focus on it's going to start it off with Davy Crockett, and then we're going to have a damn Pecos Bill. Is that one of them? Who's the one that rides a cyclone?
I don't remember. Babe's got blue ox. What he
Paul
got?
Bunyan. He's gonna be in it.
But Pecos Bill, I think he did. He ride up on them.
Well, you got to have that in there.
Yeah.
And then maybe some people that are real that you don't know if they're real.
David Crockett's real.
What?
David Crockett is real. He's at the Alamo.
Bullshit.
What do you mean, bull? Look it up on you fancy smart-ass phone.
A real person wore that hat.
He must have at one time because they drew pictures of him in the old books. You see him standing there, a shotgun, raccoon hat.
Jackie, you are living in a Disneyland fantasy world.
I ain't living in nothing. Just because you know how to play it on a xylophone don't mean you know a damn thing about David Crockett. He was too real. Now, Babe Blue Ox, that ain't real. That's silly, but it's a funny story for children or whatever. Pecos Bill, I don't think he's real.
What about Annie Oakley?
Annie Oakley was real at some point, yeah.
Marshall Matt Dillon?
No, he ain't real, no.
I'm going to have to change his name in the script.
Look, Matt Dillon ain't real. Now, did you see Tombstones?
Uh-huh.
All them real.
Oh, God damn it. I guess you could mix real and fake.
I don't want to mix any of it. You just go back to school and learn something before you try to write something up. Spick scripts. Don't know what the hell you're talking about. My sponsor on today's thing, a good a friend of mine, I know him pretty well. He's a friend, yeah, I call him a friend. He come in the store. It's old Wesley Press. Now, a lot of y'all, Wesley Press.
Ugh.
All right, shut up. I'm doing my sponsor. Be quiet. Now, a lot of y'all know old Wesley Press from around here. He's as smart as a lick, won every kind of spelling bee, everything else. Scholarships, if you read the local paper back in the day, you saw little old Wesley Press. Well, he ain't little no more. Everybody said, he go on to work for NASA, make spaceships. Yeah, right. But whatever else, computers, something smart. Didn't turn out that way for Wesley. He's still living here, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but he's still smart as a whip. Now, he don't get out much. You don't see him that much, but he come in the store once a week and get some cool filters. He likes Milwaukee's Best back there. Come in and get those once a week, stock up on those, but he's smart as a whip, if you remember back in the day. He was so smart, I remember when they were talking about, if you remember back in the day, Unabombers. You remember that?
That was real, right? Or was that
No,
fake?
Unabombers was real. They thought...
The Unabomber was real, too?
Oh, hell. He was so smart, they
I was
looked...
going to have his great-grandfather in this script.
What are you talking about? They looked
like
in the
Howard Stark, only it was the great-grandfather of the Unabomber.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, he was so smart, the FBI would ever looked into him for a week. Now, of course, he never was... he ain't him, you know that. But
are you sure that was all the FBI was looking into him for?
Yes, that was all of it. It made the paper here, local TV, everybody went crazy, poor man. But, Unabomber say what you want, he evil, yeah, but he's smart, he knew how to...
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no question of that. You don't even know whether he's real or not. How you know whether he's smart or not? Shut the hell up. Wesley Press.
Well, I know the stories of him are like people you say.
Stories?
You know,
what story?
back when he was around, he was so smart and blowing people up. And then,
what?
No, listen.
There's nothing funny about him blowing people up. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, wait, listen. And then people would say, and he was kind of topical, tied two together. People would say, oh, man, I wish I could have the Unabomber as my phone a friend.
Your what?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, yeah.
That was a little bit later. It wasn't super topical, and I'd be like, oh, if only he was real.
He is real.
I
He
didn't know
wouldn't have
that
answered
then.
the phone on the millionaire show. If he did, he'd know how to do it. Now,
He would be the best phone a friend.
Well, he wouldn't be the best, I'd say, but he's smart as a whip. But Wesley Press give him a run for his money.
He would give the Unabomber a run for his money.
But he don't hurt nobody, don't blow nothing up. But he's doing some tutoring now, just to make a little money on the side. I think he can do it on Fridays, he said, and half of Mondays. If your child's...
what else is he doing?
I don't know. He's smart as a whip. Lord knows what he's doing in there. I don't know. Maybe coming up with an invention, be a millionaire. You know, don't need to phone a friend. He just do it himself. He's smart as a whip. But
his daddy left him all that money he saved up from the mail route. Daddy was a long-time mailman here in Murfreesboro.
Anybody's business. Why you tell?
He separated from his mama, and he just saved all that money. He lived in that basement apartment underneath the courthouse.
His daddy.
Which is weird they would rent that out, but...
His daddy ain't no sponsor. I'm talking about him.
Wesley lives in that same apartment underneath the courthouse, where if you have to go pay a parking ticket or something, and you see that one window under there, and you see them beady eyes and them 1980s glasses peering out at you.
Enough.
That's Wesley Press.
Of course he wears glasses. He's smart as a whip, I told you. Now leave it alone.
Or if you want to go sometimes...
Well, you did half of the sponsor for me. What you running your mouth for once. You actually said something that people need to know. Now, all of Fridays and half of Monday, take your young'un down there underneath the courthouse. Just leave them there because he said parents distraction. They won't focus. They won't, with the mom and daddy in there. But leave them just half of Mondays and all of Fridays. If you're young and having trouble, algebras, history, social study, any of that stuff. He's smart. He knows it. He'll whip them into shape before you know it. He'll be smart as a whip. I wish I could, go back in a time machine when I was a youngin', so I'd go in a courthouse and learn a thing or two. I know just enough to run a store, but I tell you, if I had old Wesley Press sharing his knowledge with me, I'd be a lot further along than I am. So while your child still got a chance, take them down and say, Wesley Press is half of Mondays and all of Fridays, all day long, tutoring. You work it out with him on price and hours and how long, all that stuff. And, you got to let him know what your young'un's having trouble in. But they won't be having trouble in anymore. It's Wesley Press.
So you going to tell people to bring their innocent children and drop them off in a one-bedroom, almost windowless apartment under the courthouse?
What? That's where his desk and office is, yes. That's where he's going, yes.
You going to let them go off with this strange man? I've known a lot of strange men. He is near the top of that list.
People say he's strange because he's smarter than them. Everybody's jealous of him. That's all it is. That's the only trouble. If people weren't so jealous and stuck up, he may be somewhere else in his life now. No,
I remember this one time at high school. we took streamers, like for your birthday for a party. Streamers, like you buy to go to the Party City and buy some streamers. I know what it is,
but I don't know why I'm listening to this. What has this got to do with it?
Well, it was his birthday, and we're like, hey, you want to have a party? And he was like, I don't. And then we just bound him from head to toe, just wrapped him in those streamers. Like, we didn't even leave, talk about mummy, we didn't leave eye holes or mouth holes. We just as tight as you can get them. You think, a streamer, you can burst through that. But if you put layer after layer and just bound him up in them streamers, like, happy birthday, you son of a bitch, and kicked him down the stairs.
All right, now you wonder why he lives under the courthouse and don't talk to nobody. I wouldn't talk to nobody either if everybody treated me like that.
Well, then after he stopped rolling. We went down there and we cut him free. And we're like, hey, I'm sorry. We didn't know you were going to bounce that much. Whatever. Try and be nice. And he's like, I'll get my revenge on you. Like, just asshole.
All right. I'm not going to listen to it. Tell me your sponsor so I can call them a name. Call them a
Jackie,
age.
this was back in a damn Stone Age.
When
I was in high school.
Well, you should have
in
grown
the
out
early
of
2000s.
You should have grown out of that behavior by now, and you still messed up. Treat people that way.
It wasn't just me. It was a whole football team.
Oh,
it was primarily the football team, and I was hanging around with them.
I don't care who it was.
Because they were like, hey, Dunlap, when's your birthday? And I saw they had them streamers in their hand. I said, I don't know, but I think today's Wesley's birthday.
All right.
I said, I don't think it was his birthday. And I'm like, hey, Wesley, the football team here wants to. And then that happened, and then the football team thought I was cool because I kicked him a couple times.
All right. Pitiful. There ain't nothing cool about treating another human being that way.
Well, I think thinking on your feet is
all
pretty
you
cool.
in the football, all of you just jealous of him. You still are. Wish you was where he was this day and age. He's smart as a whip, smarter than you'll ever be. And you sit there, that's why you treat him that way.
I heard when he had that job as cashier at the oil change place, I got a buddy that works as a mechanic. He said so many people just didn't get their oil changed until he got fired.
All right.
That they had to do a lot of work on people's cars.
Well, he ain't changing nobody's oil. He's sharing his knowledge with the youth of today so they can come out ahead and get good grades. That's the reason you want old Wesley Press tutor all of Fridays. Half of Mondays.
Just
what he got
because
here.
he is under the courthouse and you think you're going to see, the kids are not safe. Yeah, these police, they're going to be down there seeing police feet walk back and forth, but you can't hear nothing under there. What? You can't, I mean, if they start screaming, I don't know if the police are going to be able to hear them. So they'll just see feet.
Ain't no reason to start.
Police feet.
There ain't no reason for them to start screaming unless they hate their studies, which they probably do. If they happen to go see Wesley Press, he will teach them an appreciation of how to learn. People, kids today won't look at the phone all day, don't video Nintendos on TV all day. They don't care nothing about learning studies anymore. Well, take them to Wesley Press, he'll whip them into shape. You have the smartest kid in the school, you be able to put that bumper sticker on the car. My kid's the smartest one in school because of old Wesley Press. He's got those bumper stickers for sale down there. So
I'll be interested to read the Yelp reviews.
Well, whatever that is.
Or the police reports.
All right, enough.
Jackie, I got a sponsor I think you're really going to appreciate this week. I think this is right up your alley, Jackie Brawls. Oh, boy.
What?
You are going to fucking shit your pants over this one.
I'm not going to do anything that kind of language. I ain't going to listen to that. Enough.
Folks, I got a sponsor this week. Farm Boy.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Hold on. I got to adjust this microphone. Farm Boy, Jackie. Doesn't that sound like something you into? You grew up on a farm back in the old days?
I grew up on a farm, but I don't know what that is. I don't know
Farm
what you're talking
Boy is, it's like it was made for you, Jackie. It is a new app.
App?
For your smartphone or tablet.
Well, I ain't got no use for it then.
Farm Boy. Have you grown tired of this modern life and want to get back to nature? Do you want to feel like you back on the farm, whether you ever was on one or not? And Farm Boy is the app you need to download to your iPhone, Android, or tablet.
Ain't nothing going on phones, the tablets. It's going to be like on a farm, and none of that don't even go together.
It's exactly like being on a farm.
What?
It's got an alarm clock setting. So you set the alarm clock, you sound like a rooster.
Rooster crow it. I know that.
And you can't sleep any later than 5 a.m. It's like your window waking up is 4:30 to 5 a.m.
Well, just because you get up when people on the farm don't have nothing to do with it.
and he's got a rooster crowing.
What?
I bet you woke up to a rooster crowing a lot of times.
A real rooster, yes.
Yep, well, this is just like that.
No, it ain't.
On your smartphone or tablet.
I ain't gonna have I don't have either one of those. I'd have a rooster before I'd have either one of those.
It's got a lot of, it's got a setting where you can, let's say you're shopping. It'll help you find, like, where they sell raw milk or goat milk or weird eggs.
What?
It'll come up like, hey, you can go, hey, farm boy. It'll go, yeah. Like Siri, but it talks like that. It is. You say, where can I find some of them weird eggs? And they'll go down that farmer's market or whatever. You go, thanks, farm boy. You go, yeah.
What?
So that's part of it is talking to it.
It talks to you. What?
They working on a standalone thing. Like Amazon come out this week. They're going to I forget what it's called, but it's like a big black tube.
What?
It's a big black sex toy tube that sits in your kitchen or whatever.
Enough. I'm not going to listen to this.
And you go, hey, Amazon thing, where can I they put on the shopping list that I need thumbtacks. And they'll go, thumbtacks have been added to your shopping list.
I don't
and this is like this, except you'd say, hey, farm boy, remind me to put some more corn in the still, or however that works.
What? Still?
And then it'll go, all right, we're going to get tight this weekend. That's how it talks.
I don't care how it talks. It sounds.
And
gonna tell you where to find weird eggs. What the hell are you talking about?
Recipes.
Recipes?
Like, you know how people used to cook back in the old days? They never wasted a piece of a pig or a cow. Be like, hey, farm boy. And they go, oh. You say, hey, where can I find a place that sells cow tails? They go, oh, down there over that weird store for the immigrants.
What?
And you go, all right. And then, what do I do with this now that I got it, farm boy? They go, like, well, I'm pulling up a recipe from old-timey days. You go, is it going to be like I'm living on a farm? I go, yeah.
It ain't nothing like living on a farm. Just 'cause you eat a cow tail, which when you had to back in the day. It got cold in the wintertime, and all you had was you ate what you got. I agree with that. But just 'cause you something on your phone or whatever, tablets, tells you where to get it, and ain't nothing. That's just.
It's got a app for your feature setting for your playlist. Let's say you got a Spotify playlist.
What?
And you're like, farm boy, play that playlist for me, but make it like in the old days when the only entertainment they had was when other idiots come from like the other holler over and they bring their fiddle or banjo or wash tub or chicken bones, whatever they played. I want to hear all about that bass, but make it sound unlistenable, and like a bunch of toothless hillbillies are performing it.
All right.
Right outside my window.
I'm not going to listen to that. Enough.
And they'll go, here it comes. Let it go.
What?
And they'll start playing it. And it'll be all about that bass, but it'll be like with somebody spitting in a jug, like, boo, boo, boo.
All right. That's how you listen to music
That's
back
how
then. You didn't need no phones or tablets or whatever the hell it is. Your friends did come over. One knew how to play guitar or something. Everybody sat around and listened to that. I'd rather listen to that any day than anything coming out of a telephone. It's on a phone. It don't make any sense. That's like somebody called me up when I was a youngin' on the phone, which, of course, we didn't have a phone for many years until later on we managed to get a phone. But you called me up and I just hang a receiver out the window. It's the same thing. Yeah, you're on the farm. Here you are.
First of all, you'd probably be shimmying up a damn telephone pole like Mr. Douglas.
Oh, hell, it didn't shimmy up nothing.
You grew up in Hooterville.
What?
I wish I grew up in Hooterville.
I didn't grow up no such thing.
Listen, you go to the gym, you working out on the weights, it'll play sounds like you chopping wood for the stove.
Oh, hell.
You on a treadmill, play sound like you running from an escaped animal or a coyote.
What? It costs money to go to them places. Why don't you just stay home, leave your phone in the pocket and just chop firewood. Just do it for real.
It won't let you turn on the lights.
Won't let you what?
After dark. But it's got a coal oil lamp function. So there'll be a dim glow from a coal oil lamp.
Right. I don't care.
Like you're on a farm. You want to turn on the lights. You're like, it's dark. I can't see. You're like, too bad you're on a farm now. Like, farm boy, please turn on the lights. Too bad. I wish I'd never brought you into my tablet. Well, you did. So why don't you suck on that?
Hey.
That's Farm Boy. New app for your iPhone, Android, iPad, or whatever the other ones are that aren't iPads.
Tablets, whatever that is.
People
I don't know what
like.
any of that is. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard of in my life.
I thought you'd be all over it. I thought it'd be encouraging young people who, you say they're always looking at their phones. Now they looking at their phones, but it's like they're on a farm, though, instead.
Hey, well, looking at a picture of a goat, horse, or something, and looking at a picture ain't the same thing. Experience of being there, and there ain't nothing like being on a farm.
I better go check on the cows, Farm Boy, and Farm Boy will say, well, let's go outside, but you don't. You just sit there. It's like, there, look at them. They're doing pretty good. Like, that one looks sick, Farm Boy? No, something may be wrong with it, but it ain't that serious.
Well, you better hope something ain't wrong with it. I ain't gonna listen. I've dealt many a sick animal on the farm. Cow, goat, duck, everything else. But I ain't gonna pay no attention to what the phone tells me unless I'm calling, a doctor down the street come look at him.
Well, I can tell you I know a lot more about animals than you do.
You don't know a damn thing.
Hell yeah, I do.
Hell yeah, you don't.
I'm Farm Boy.
You ain't nothing to me. I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it.
If it was up to you, you'd think every animal was sick.
I don't. What?
You're a hypochondriac when it comes to animals.
What are you talking about? Are you crazy as hell?
It is. First of all, I don't like its attitude.
I don't have it. Enough. I've had enough of this. It ain't nothing like a damn farm.
Watch your language.
You watch yours.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, y'all, this is Jackie Bros.
And this is Dunlap.
And I want to tell y'all something, let y'all in on a little something about me. It's been... People say, Jack, you don't get fired up anymore. You don't, you just look like you. Of course, I'm getting up there in age, too. I'm old.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. But back in the day, people said, you fired up, had purpose, had a dream, whatever it is. There's something, just something in your step, a little livelier. And I'll tell you why I lost that, besides getting a little older.
Yeah.
All right. It's because I didn't know what to be skipping for. I didn't know what to be lively for anymore. I was living in a world I just didn't understand. It was just moving so fast I couldn't keep up, and next thing I know, I don't understand anything anymore. I turn on TV, and this show tell me about transsexuals, and I still don't know what that is. I turn on, I don't want to see any kind of sex on TV. I don't care, good or bad. I don't care. I ain't going to be racist or wrong or whatever. I don't want.
Transphobic.
Whatever it is. It's something I don't understand. Sex, period. I don't care what kind of.
You don't understand sex, period?
I know what sex is. I'm saying I don't want to have it on the TV, on the radio, everything. The world's just topsy-turvy, upside down, and I don't know what's going on anymore. And I guess I just lost hope. I said, this is it. Just gonna have to get used to it. Whatever it is, strange as it may be, The world ain't what it was. Well, I have to say, I got hope again. In my heart, in my soul. I thought it was over. I hear, Republicans this, Republicans that, and Republicans squabbling with each other, and what conservative means nowadays, and nobody knows how to answer that. Somebody's got this answer, somebody's got that answer. I knew there was a time in my life where I knew what conservative meant. It meant good Christian values. It meant, treating people with respect.
Except for the trans community?
All right, I got nothing against them. I just don't want to hear anything about the sex on my TV. Live your life however you want. I ain't going to get into that. I didn't say I don't like you this. I don't like hearing you talk about sex. Are you trans? Are you sitting in a room with me? It don't matter who it is. There's a point I'm saying. I don't want to hear it on my TV and the radio. I come from a different time where we had family values. People cared about things. People cared about what people said to one another. People, And I'd lost hope. I thought those times are over with. Republicans mad at one another, not knowing you ain't conservative enough, you ain't this, you ain't that. I mean, McCain never was conservative enough. Besides him, the rest of them fighting. I don't know what the point of listening to that man anymore is. But after these midterm elections, America, for the first time in, how many years has it been?
Too many.
Yeah. For the first time, I felt like I wasn't alone. When I see them numbers come in, Republicans here, Republicans there, it gives me hope. It lets me know that maybe everything isn't lost. Maybe we can get back what was so wrongfully taken from us, and get America back the way it was. Well, I thought I was the only one who felt that way, besides people coming in the store and some other members of my family.
And people in comment sections.
Well, I don't read some of that. I read the good stuff, Fred Thompson's, what is that, Twitters?
Yeah.
I like it. I know he feels the same way I do. I tell you that right now. But I thought it was over with. I thought it was a lost cause. I thought, well, I guess that's the way it is. Well, it ain't. Not no more. We got control now. And I tell you what, buddy. If everybody's feeling the same way I'm feeling, we're going to start turning this ship, America, in the right direction from here on out. You just wait and see.
That's inspiring, Jackie.
Well,
seriously.
I want to inspire.
Except for this strange broadside against the trans community.
I ain't got nothing against them. I just don't know what it is, and I don't want to watch it.
But it is inspiring, and you are not alone. A lot of people felt like you. A lot of people felt abandoned, lost.
I didn't know they was
like they were being discriminated against almost.
Yeah, I was wrong for
that their rights were being taken away from them.
Yeah.
And now, finally, Republicans are back.
Yeah. They're going to do what's right.
They already saying they're going to do it. They're going to take care of Obamacare. Everything they said in their campaigns.
Yeah.
Get rid of Obamacare.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going to maybe get rid of Obama.
You don't, as soon as he tries to do, they said they's going to, and he said he's daring them to. He said, I'm gonna fix immigration without y'all. Well, he can't do that. No, sir. That's not the Constitution at all.
And if he does, they're going to have to teach him a lesson.
Well, his lesson is he's going to be out on his butt, and you know he's going to try to do it. So just start getting ready now.
Get ready for the big celebration, people.
I cannot wait. He's going to be impeached quicker than you can imagine now. There ain't no reason for him not to be.
Get rid of Obamacare. Impeach Obama.
Impeach him first, and then you do whatever you want with Obamacare. Get him out of there, then start fixing all the mess-ups he did.
All his mess is going to be fixed.
Yep.
because we in control now.
That's right. You just sit back.
All we have to do is wait. They're going to fix Obamacare. They're going to get rid of Obama.
It'll be out on the street.
So pretty much everything's good.
Yeah, how could it be any better?
I mean, I don't even know what we got to talk about, really. I mean, we did our little victory lap here. You gave that inspiring transphobic speech. And we realized that we're back in control. We thought we felt the country slipping away. But
I did. I thought there was no hope. I thought I just kind of victim of circumstance, as I say. I just hang my head low. I just give up. I don't know what it is anymore.
I wish you could see how high he's holding his head right now.
I'm holding my head as high as I can, and I'm going to keep holding it high. And look, every liberal I know, which ain't many, I'm going to stare them down. I said, see how wrong you were? All y'all out there. Oh, it's a new world. Always a hope and a change. Everybody holding hands, singing songs, this and that. Bunch of bull hockey. Every bit of it was.
But we don't need to tell you we told you so.
Oh, well, hell, half of them knew.
We don't need to sit on here and just rub y'all's noses in it.
No, ain't no reason to do that.
And nothing much to talk about. I guess we're just really waiting for Republicans to get in there, kick Obama out like they said they was going to do.
Well, that's what's going to happen. They ain't going to sit there and say they're going to do it, not do it. That's the reason they're there, do their job, put them in office. People want this country back. That's why they're there. Now do your job, and you know we're going to do it. They're all together. They got control. Ain't no reason not to.
They said they was going to give us this country back, so we just got to wait
just
till they give it to us.
Pretty much just sit back, wait till they wrestle it away, and, get a hold of it. Ain't no reason not to.
Nope.
We're outnumbered. We got it. It's ours.
So we'll be right here just waiting. Kick back waiting.
Oh, I can't wait. I can wait. That's what I'm going to do, yeah.
I don't know what else we need to talk about on this one.
There ain't no, what else is there to talk about?
No, we won. We did it. And
maybe next week we can talk about how it slowly, the leaves are changing, so to speak, how much closer it is, getting to
Sure, we
America.
talk about the leaves.
Well, not the leaves themselves. I'm just saying you're going to see little bits and pieces here.
Yeah.
This and that's going to go back, and it'd be like getting in time machine going back before he ever got in office. You just wait and see. But, right now we just kind of
a holding pattern.
That's what I was going to say, holding pattern.
Holding pattern.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. So
holding pattern. So
I don't know necessarily what we're going to.
Why don't we just play that squirrel call?
What?
That squirrel call instructional.
Oh yeah, that's good. We was listening to that upstairs yonder a couple
After
days
we
ago.
get done celebrating, we're like, what are we going? What now? Like, I got this cassette tape from the 90s, a Night in Hell squirrel call instructional audio tape. Why don't we put that on? And we did. We sat around and listened. It's good.
It is good, yeah. It's been a while since I went squirrel hunting, but it brought back memories. Yeah. So, they know what they're talking about. They know.
They do.
Yeah. Well, while we wait for
America to
come back to us, get back and let's just listen to. Yeah, I'm gonna put this squirrel on. The squirrel call on. If you like hunting, you need to listen to this. Yeah, it's good.
You'll like his mid-90s Squirrel in Hell instructional squirrel call audio cassette.
Even if you don't like hunting, because there's a couple in there and never went hunting at all when we listened to it the other night, and they were enjoying just as much as we. So
oh yeah, that's
yeah. You don't know about a subject. This will let you know. So
I don't know what else we could. We could talk about. There's nothing really to.
They just got in there. They can't just make it America right now.
No,
it's
not a coup.
No,
it's democracy.
That's right, and they're gonna do it the right way, not like him. They're gonna do it Constitution way, and when they do it Constitution way, anything done Constitution way, as we all know, takes a little while. A lot of paperwork, a lot of things. Get up there, gavel, all that stuff. All of them listening, and then they.
That's above my pay grade. All I know is they said Obama's on his way out.
Oh, he is. Why would they? It don't make any sense. he gonna try to do something. I'm telling him right now, don't even wait. Just get on with appeasement, get him out. As soon as he's gone, fix Obamacare, get rid of that mess. We back to normal, and you know they're gonna do it. That's what they said they're gonna do. And
so I don't know what else. Squirrel call.
All right, I'll put that on. Yeah.
The sounds you have just heard were made by a 4-in-1 Nightingale squirrel call. I'm David Hale, along with Harold Knight. We're going to take a few moments to discuss our new squirrel call and how it is used properly and when you would use it. Harold, you know, one of the reasons that we never came up with a squirrel call until recently was the fact that if you wanted a barker, you had to carry a call. If you wanted a squealer, you had to take a call. If you wanted a distress sound, you had to take a call. You had every kind of call in the world. But now we have come up with a call that has just about every sound in one, and you can hang it around your neck. All it amounts to is knowing the proper rhythms. How effective do you think a squirrel call really is?
I think a squirrel call is very, very effective. I think that it's like any call. It don't work just every time you use it, but you get the right situation, it's really effective. And some of the situations I like to be in is this particular call here, David, will make so many different sounds that I can use it, you know, like from in the early season out there, and I want to go like a distressed squirrel, you know, like a hawk is flown by or something. I can make that sound with it, which we will demonstrate in this tape. If I want to make the bark and the squeal like a gray squirrel does, it'll do that. If I want to sound like a fox squirrel, it'll also do that. We call it a 4-in-1 Nightingale squirrel call, but it really does 5 things. So we want to demonstrate all these things in it. But this call is very effective, and it's times you're giving that baby distress sound of a squirrel. It's just really effective.
Do you think that the baby distress sound of a squirrel probably is more effective than any other sound you can make on calling a squirrel? And when I say calling a squirrel, what are we actually, first of all, you can answer the question about is that the most effective, but beyond that, are you anticipating calling a squirrel right to the end of your gun barrel, or you're trying to get him to give away his location?
I'm trying to get him to give away his locations, because if I can get that squirrel to give his location away, most of the time you can get easy shoot range of a squirrel. Now, you take, if I can make one start barking at me, you know, he's give his location away.
Okay, is the baby distress sound probably the most effective sound that you'll use?
And that is a call that will actually bring the squirrels coming to you, because that is their nature to, any wildlife, it's their nature to protect their young. And they think a hawk or an owl has flown in there and has caught one of these young squirrels. He's maybe come out of the nest or out of the hole sitting there, and an old hawk owl came by and grabbed him. Here he is in the bushes shaking with him and everything. And these squirrels hear that little distress sound, and they hear the wings of that owl or the limbs are moving and everything, and they come in there to protect it.
In other words, when you make the distress sound of a young squirrel, you can actually get away with making some noise as far as approaching to the squirrel.
You want to make some noise. You want to make some noise in the trees like a squirrel or like a hawk and owl has got that squirrel, you know, sitting in that tree shaking, and his wings will be flapping sometime. Now, a lot of times a little squirrel, you know, might be trying to get away or something, making that little distress squeal.
All right, let's talk about the distress sound. Now, we have a little rubber bellows here that's over top of a little mouth operated call, but this one's used in your hands, and all you've got to do is sort of punch it with one hand on the bellows end to create the air going through it. It also sucks back to make some of these sounds on top of one another. Let's talk about the distress sound of a young baby squirrel. What is the sound exactly that you want to get over?
Well, it's a real high-pitched sound. It's a whistle type sound. It's a real high-pitched sound, and it's not real loud in sound like maybe you know, a squirrel barking. It's more of a high-pitched sound.
In other words, it's shrill.
Real shrill, and it sounds like this. And what I'm doing here, I'm just putting my finger over this to make this sound.
Okay, now you're using both hands to operate that. What you're doing is you're punching in the bellows end or the rubber accordion end, and you're putting your index finger on your left hand over the end of the squirrel call where your little sound is coming out.
That's right, and I can vary my pitch, but just, see, that's louder. Now I make it real shrill. I go.
So you got your index finger in there
Right.
changing the tones of that sound by how much air you let escape out of it.
Yep.
Now that's pretty simple little sound to make, isn't it?
Well, that's very simple. I think anybody can do that because, you know, I find that most people can operate their hands with something better than they can blowing air through it. So, you know, and this is very simple to use, and you just have to put your finger on it. It might be, some people's fingers might be bigger than others. It might be from your index finger to your little finger. I can use all of them on it. I can use my thumb on it.
But it's the amount of air you're letting slip by that finger's what
That's
counts.
exactly what the tension you put on the little reed there that makes that high pitch. Now here's without any tension, like that. Now here's with a little tension.
So you're actually barely punching down the tongue on that reed in there.
Yep.
And you got to be real careful doing that you don't break your reed out of that little...
Well, it's pretty durable because it's two reeds in it. You've got a mylar reed and a metal reed, so it's more durable than just one metal reed. But I recommend you take care of it and don't stick sticks in it and things like that. Your finger won't hurt as bad as sticks or something that can go way up in it.
All right, give us one more time the sounds of that distressed squirrel. All right, now we've gotten a squirrel. We've made that sound. Now, what you're expecting to hear back a lot of times is the bark, right? They'll come out and they'll bark.
When you hear that sound, a lot of times you're going to hear this sound right here. Because that is the stress sound of a grown squirrel. That's his sound to let all the other squirrels in the area know that it is a hawk or a predator of some kind in the woods.
All right, now all you did there was grab the whole end of the call and shook it.
That's all I did.
You're shaking it one time to make the little single sound, and you're shaking it fast to make the multitude of sounds.
That's all I was doing, just shaking it. And that is the distress sound of a grown squirrel. A lot of times, I'll give the distress sound of a grown squirrel before I give the distress sound of the baby squirrel, to let all the other squirrels know that it is a hawk or owl
There's a predator in there.
in his territory, and to get ready and hide. And if you're watching an old squirrel and a hawk or owl gets in there, he'll flatten out on a limb, he'll sit there real still. If he's not close to his hole, if he's close to his hole, a lot of time he'll run in it. And they respect a hawk and owl.
I know years ago when I used to hunt squirrels a whole lot more than I do now, I would sit and listen for squirrels to bark. And when I heard them bark, it was usually because they were looking at something they want to draw attention to all the rest of the squirrels. And I would hear one squirrel bark, and next thing you know, it would be another squirrel bark.
Well, that's exactly right.
And then when you create that bark, you're trying to get them to bark back and come out and see what's going on.
That's what you're doing.
All right, now let's talk about the bark. How do you make the bark on that call?
All right, all I'm doing is holding it between my thumb and index finger.
You're holding the plastic end.
Plastic end, that's correct. And then I'm using the palm of my hand on my other hand. I'm right-handed, so I've got the call in my left hand, thumb, index finger, and I'm tapping it with my right hand like this.
Okay, now you've got a little sound at the end there of a little whistle that's coming back.
That's right.
You're letting off, once you tap that thing, you're letting off slower to let that thing suck back. Is that not correct?
That's right. I'll do it again.
So when you're making the bark, the air is going through it.
All right,
when you're making the whistle, you're pushing it to the point to where the air sucks back.
That's exactly doing it.
So you really got an inhale-exhale concept on this squirrel call.
That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. I push real hard then. A lot of times you hear a squirrel give a more of a whistle.
I've heard of many a squirrel whistle. Okay, now when I do that, what do I expect to hear back in response?
A lot of times you'll see a squirrel move, you'll see him bark back. A lot of times you'll see his tail shaking. Most of the time when a squirrel's barking like this, his tail is moving every time he barks. And hopefully he'll bark back and give his location away.
Okay, now we basically are discussing gray squirrels. Is there a difference between a gray squirrel bark and a fox squirrel bark or a red squirrel?
Absolutely. Most fox squirrels don't give a little squeal or whistle on the end of the call. Most of them is just a coarser bark, and the rhythm is just a little different like this.
And that was which one?
Fox squirrel.
Okay, I notice that you're clamping your hand down over the end of the call as you're doing that.
Making it a little coarse.
That makes it a little coarse. You're not letting as much air out. And he doesn't squeal behind it.
No, he doesn't. That's the rhythm he'll give a lot of times.
All right, that's your fox
And
squirrel.
a lot of times his tail, when he's doing it, is shaking up and down too.
All right, now go right into a gray squirrel bark.
Now you remember a fox squirrel will honor that baby distress sound just like a gray squirrel. Because an owl and hawk catches a young fox squirrel just like he does a young gray squirrel. And he'll also make this alarm song like that a lot of times. All squirrels will do that.
Okay, we're talking about a baby distress sound. I think probably squirrels, I know they rut in the wintertime and probably have young in early, what I call early spring or late winter. In your mind, do they have little ones year-round, or is it?
What do you have? Some squirrels, they have little ones year-round. And you have young squirrels, practically year-round. Now you have a peak season, we call it, peak breeding season for the squirrels, which is around Christmas time, and geographically in this area in the south here. They do most of their mating around December.
Okay, so really we're looking at the little distress sound maybe being more effective in late winter than any other time?
Well, I think it's effective any time. It's just like using a bleat deer call in our deer season. The fawns are already, big, but that's the nature of that.
They recognize that sound as young.
They recognize that sound, and it's their nature to come to protect.
Absolutely. I've seen the majority of our deer here in western Kentucky are born in June, and yet I've seen deer born in December. So there's exception to all rules, and a doe doesn't have the reason in her mind to reason out that, hey, that's out of season for a little one to be doing that, neither does a squirrel.
That's right.
So your squirrel distress sound can probably be as effective as a sound as you want year-round. And I know that anytime that you call anything, it can add a lot more to the hunt than if you just out there without calling.
I'll tell you what, you're right there. Anytime you can call anything, it adds to the hunt. And let me tell you something about squirrel hunting. You show me a person that's a good squirrel hunter, and I'll show you a person most of the time is a good deer hunter and a good turkey hunter. He's just a good hunter because he learns so much squirrel hunting. He has to recognize the sounds, learn how to pick up sounds. He has to listen. He has to learn to read sign. Squirrels, whatever they're feeding on, he has to learn to read that. He has to learn to pick up movement, and he has to be a good slipper. And and he has to use his eyes a lot, squirrel hunting.
Well, let me say, describe a little bit of the difference between my experiences with gray squirrel and fox squirrel. Fox squirrel hunting. A gray squirrel, I had more luck early in the morning, late in the evening, because they didn't seem to be as active up during the day. And usually they'd have dens where they'd go into. They'd feed ferociously probably for the first 2 hours in the morning, but I find that fox squirrels just sort of lay on a limb all day long, and they'll just barely feed. And I found that I can almost tell the difference between the cuttings. When I say the cuttings, that's what they're dropping off of a hickory nut or an acorn as they're feeding on it. If he is feeding real slow, you just hear one drop every now and then up in the day. It's usually a fox squirrel is what I found.
Fox squirrel will feed up in the early part of the season, up in the day when the heat's on, more than a gray squirrel. I think a fox squirrel is a more durable squirrel than a gray squirrel. He's more durable. He can just go without eating longer, I'd say, and he'll be in some of the places you wouldn't think he'd be, out in fields. And
I'd say he can take weather a little better too, because
it definitely takes the hot weather and the cold weather.
I've seen on cold days that you'd think, man, it's comfortable, the squirrels ought to be out, and it may be just 20 degrees with no wind blowing, but those jokers conserve energy, and they'll lay up in those tree dens. And I believe that the squirrel call could be most effective right then of getting out and barking, trying to at least get them to stick their head out to see what's going on.
Well, David, I've been pleasantly surprised taking the squirrel call out. And this call right here, I'm having lots of fun using it because it'll do so many things. I can take one call and do so many things, with it. It's not like you've got to have 4 or 5 different calls. This call is very simple to use, to operate too. It doesn't take anybody that's music and inclined, to blow or operate this call. Anybody can pick it up and blow it, because you use your hands, and it's just the rhythm of patting your hand on. It's all it is.
All right, well, let's go through the series again. Let's talk about from A to Z on this thing one more time so that the listening audience can understand exactly what we're doing. Now that we have described some of the things that we've talked about, and now we've talked over one another a little bit on some of the sounds, let's go back and show just exactly what kind of sound you would make when you wanted to sound like a squirrel that was in distress yourself. You're going to shape this call. You're just going to grasp it between your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to shake it.
This is one of my favorite calls, because what this does, you're letting the other squirrels in there know you out. Let's say we walk in the woods, you and I did. We sitting there and we didn't see any squirrel. I pick this call up and I go. That automatically tells these other squirrels it's their nature to start barking. If one does that, it'll be 3 or 4 do that a lot of times.
If he's sitting up there cutting on a limb real slow and you can't hear him, don't see him, he's liable to run down the side of the tree and want to get a better look.
Or he'll make that sound anyway, and if he does,
you can go to him.
You can go to him. You know
That's
exactly what
right.
direction he's in. All right, that's a good one to start with.
Nothing but shaking.
That's all you're doing. And that's a real popular call. And then a lot of times I like to follow that up maybe with just a distress call,
all right.
A baby squirrel. And I'll get this right here.
And all you're doing is punching the bellows end of that thing with your thumb, and you're sticking your index finger on your opposite hand up in the call and touching the reed.
And this is just a high pitch. You don't have to be real loud, just a high pitch.
I'm going to say that could be very effective for calling coyotes, too.
Oh, it's good.
All right, now we've got, my favorite call is hearing that old, what I call that bark and that whine, or that bark and that whistle,
yeah,
or the bark and the squeal. I've never heard another call that would make both of those sounds together.
To my knowledge, there's not another now.
And the only way you can do that is have it inverted where you can suck air back through also and make it work both directions.
That's exactly what it's doing. A lot of times you can push it harder and make it, you make any pitch squeal you want on the end.
You just got to find the one you want.
You're adding real deep,
And you're doing all those sounds on one call.
On one call.
All right, the last thing we want to discuss one more time is the rhythm of the bark of the fox squirrel and the gray squirrel.
All right, the fox squirrel is a coarser rhythm, like your gray squirrel.
Well, I'd like to say that I appreciate people listening to the tape, trying to learn off of some of the experiences we've had, and we're sharing these experiences with you. I know that the squirrel call has rejuvenated my interest big time in squirrel hunting. I can hardly wait to get out in the woods and try it again, because I like to call anything out there that'll respond. I don't care what it is. And I look forward, Harold, to getting out there and maybe even trying to call a fox squirrel. I didn't think that could be done, but I believe now it can be.
I think you can call any squirrel. I think you can call any kind of an animal if you'll talk their language. And I believe this squirrel call will talk the squirrel's language.
It sure will. That'll talk a squirrel's language. I mean, it is on there. Just listen to it. Just everything they say is right on point.
Yeah, they definitely know what they're talking about when it comes to squirrel hunting and squirrel calls. Nightingale make a good call.
Well, yeah, make good, yeah.
And also interesting to listen to. They know how to talk about the calls and make it interesting.
Anybody is professional at what they do. I'm always happy to bend my ear, because I want to know, like, how'd you?
Now I think they got some videos up on YouTube. Of course, this was about 20 years ago. They just put it out on cassette, so I guess you could listen to it. like on your way to go hunting in your truck or
Oh,
something.
yeah, get ready. Yeah.
So that was the Nightingale mid-'90s squirrel call instructional audio cassette.
Even if you ain't on your way to hunting, just say you're taking the children to school. Or,
Oh, I used to listen to it just riding around.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'd listen.
It's
I
like a
don't.
talk show on cassette tape. That's just the one episode, and there's no guests. It's just people who made squirrel calls talking about their squirrel calls.
Yeah. It's
So
good.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I enjoyed it. And I tell you something else I enjoy is, ladies and gentlemen, just greet it with open arms. America is coming home.
New America.
Yeah, well, old America is
It's
what
an
it is.
old America.
It's old
It's
America,
a
but
new America.
It's been messed up so long, it seems
Missing.
new. It's been missing. That's it on the milk carton. United States on there. Uncle Sam.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah, where's he at? Where's Freedom at?
Gone.
History, buddy. But guess who else gonna be gone? History.
Obama.
I know it. It's gonna be so fun. They go first off. I don't even know what I want them to do first. I said impeach him first.
Yeah.
But maybe keep him in there and let him watch while they tear up Obamacare while he's still president, and then say, "Oh, you thought that was bad? Here you go." And then he's out on the street. Yeah, where we going, Michelle? Yeah.
He's got them kids. They wouldn't just throw him out on the street.
No, he's all right money-wise. I didn't mean it that way. I don't mean no harm to anybody's children. I hope they're fine. I'm sorry they got to watch their daddy go through this, but, you know, he brought it on himself, youngins, sausage, Malayas. If y'all listen, your daddy brought it on himself.
No reflection on you.
No, absolute not.
We really should leave the children out of it.
That's what I'm doing.
But we're
That's
trying
why
to go back and say that we don't mean anything. Maybe
No.
they'll grow up and be good conservative
if they got any
leaders.
sense, they will. After they see what the daddy goes through here,
They'll learn.
that, yeah, I don't want that.
We should just stop talking about it.
Well, I don't mean to say I was trying to, when I said their names, I was just trying to say I don't mean no harm to you, but some people take things weird ways, so I won't bring them up no more, but
They can stay in the White House if they want to. I mean,
I bet when they in impeachment rules, there may be a clause to it that way, let's not.
kids, you don't want to mess up a kid's.
Yeah, they,
They going to change schools and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So,
all that
I mean,
stuff.
that's fine with me. I got no beef against them.
They can stay. White House is a big
house.
Big house. They could stay wherever they want to. I just, I would never want to be president, but nice young ladies, they just do whatever they want. Yeah, that's fine.
So that's New America, Old America.
Coming back to you.
Victory, we won.
Yeah, we did win. One big. I never thought it'd happen again. I never thought I'd see. I thought America was gone. I did. I said, "Bon voyage, America," and here comes sailing back to me. I tell you what.
See, we just talking in circles now. We should just gone out on the squirrel call.
I know what that should be.
Nothing
That's
much
the
else
reason
to
we.
say.
There really isn't. I mean, it's nice to celebrate, and I hope all y'all out there
Really, so
celebrating too, and appreciate y'all voting with your brains in your head this time. And it's gonna be a brighter day. Let's just get your popcorn out.
Just wait.
Just watch them. Just
I don't know if
tear.
there's food you eat while you wait on something.
Well, I mean, you get the pop. I should have said get the popcorn ready
to
'cause
watch.
and then sit down and just watch them. I've always said Republicans. I know there's a few bad apples every now and then, but Republicans are men of their word. Men that do what they say, look in the eye, and mean it. So you wait and see. They're gonna take care of all this mess and needs to be taken care of. Yeah.
Coming soon.
Oh, yeah. He's just watching the, what you call it, sneak previews now. He's kind of like old Mr. Lakey.
Oh, yeah, we should have talked about that.
Mr. Lakey, I hope all of y'all sat at home and watched. He didn't give me $25. I don't know if I'm supposed to not talk about him if I don't get money. I don't know how that works.
We had the big the teaser for his
Teaser's what they
commercial.
call it. Sneak preview, same thing to me.
So if we talk about this now, everybody stopped listening during that squirrel call, I'm afraid. So I don't know why they would. But my fear is people, when they listen and they don't hear our voices, they're like, well, I don't need to hear about this squirrel call. That was their mistake. They did need to hear that squirrel call.
Yeah, everybody.
But if we talk about Mr. Leakey, I'm afraid now nobody's even going to listen.
Well, they probably already saw it anyway. Everybody come in. I run out of them 3D glasses. I didn't have none left. Everybody was watching that teaser. Everybody ready for that. That's something everybody.
He was just a teaser, not even the actual commercial.
Yeah, he don't know when it's going. They're still working on it. Special effects and rocket ship, everything else. From what I seen, I don't know. I don't want to give nothing away, but it's big. It's going to take him a while. He figuring that on his own too.
He's doing it all the effects and stuff himself.
Well, not all of it. He gets people come in and help him, but he's it's the last one was the first commercial he ever made.
And he stepped his. You could tell from the teaser he stepped his game up.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything.
When he goes down that toilet bowl.
That's something else.
And he wakes up in Avatar. It's like...
Well, he down there fixing it, goes in the cartoons, what it does. He said, because everybody saw this. We can talk about this. I'll tell you, he nods his hat, tips his hat to the lady, and then goes down in the toilet bowl to fix it, shrinks down size. I don't know how to do that. That's something else. And then when inside the toilet bowl, there's monsters, blue stuff, everything else, because water's blue because he put the stuff in it before he went down when you flush it.
Well, he was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean.
And then Pitbull.
Well, I don't care about.
I'm sorry, Pitbull impersonator.
Miss Sinclair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding one of them Avatar horses.
Yeah. Whatever it was, I turned it down when he comes on. I just don't like it.
But he was just a second. He was just a teaser.
Well, he said, I know.
I don't know how the teaser. There's so much going on in that. I don't know how he's going to fit it all into 30 seconds.
Oh, me either. I don't know. That's what maybe one of the times he'd having trouble finishing it up. I don't know. The teaser seemed to have a lot in it. I don't know why. I was like, it looked like you threw if you got all that. And he said, no, I need to film some more. So I don't know what he's all got planned to put in there. So,
but it was good, and all the kids liked it. And even though there was only a second of Pitbull impersonator, they were singing that song like, yeah.
Already. Yeah.
Mr. Burrow-Wide.
I got to put cotton in my ears next week. Well, thank y'all for listening. Again, I can't wait. Here's something else. I'm excited. May I come back? Don't forget Racing Reviews.
Squirrels.
Squirrels, too. I wish I remember it all down. Look, next thing you know, on Computer Whiz is iTunes, Facebook's, Twitters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.